everyone and welcome to another video regarding Mains 360. So aji ami again a very important topic eta cover korim, that is Ambubachi. Now see, don't just see through the perspective that it's just a festival, nohoy, because you see tumalke jodi swa, it will be very helpful for you when it comes to governance, when it comes to DS2, when it comes to history, socio economic side of our Mains perspective. Okay, art and architecture tatu ahi jay. So I will not be giving you the exact structure how an answer is written in the Mains exam, but I will be talking about this certain topic so that you will be able to write. Okay, one information lage regarding this topic we are going to discuss about. All right. Okay. So before we start, I would like to tell you that we have another crash course that is Mains related. So if you'd like to know more about how to write your answers, structure your answers, there will be daily classes, live answer writing, and then daily answer writing. So tumalok bhalke keneke structure to banabo lage, keneke information to put koribo lage, ebu sob bostu you will be able to avail through this course. So if you're interested, please give us a call in any of these numbers and we will be more than happy to help you. Okay. So let's get back to the topic. Aru a topic related, I just brought in some sample questions, but I tell you there will be a lot of questions like this. Okay, these are just few sample questions. So 150 words limit jodi ami sao, you have questions like mass religious gatherings like Ambubachi Mela can significantly impact local economies and tourism. Discuss the reference to the role of such festivals in promoting sustainable tourism in Assam. See, sustainable development, sustainability, it's a very trending topic, isn't it? And APSC is very serious about topics like this. So, hey Karne, you see, they will try to bring in elements like this in topics like this also. So please be careful. That's the reason why I'm telling you that kibara topic cover korile tumalake sub dimensions bilako prasaba. Socio, political, religious, tourism, administration, top pinobra. Okay. Then 250 example, 250 words or example now. The government allocated 45.4 crore for the management of Ambubachi Mela in 2025. See, this is not a small amount, right? Just for a festival, the government is allocating this much amount. So, evaluate the importance of administrative planning and public infrastructure during large religious congregations. Governance, isn't it? So you see, kiman dimensions of Prami already questions pai gusu. Then again, it's not that you'll only be getting questions like this, for 150 or 250 words. Essay to ahi jabo pare. Hoy nai. So jodi essay rahe, kenoka hobo pare swa? Ambubachi Mela, a convergence of spirituality, ecology, and tradition. Critically analyze the relevance of this ancient festival in the contemporary context. So we have to know, we have to be prepared for any type of questions. Okay, when it comes to a certain topic. So to jodi amak didiye, we'll be able to write. So said ami ebur bostu incorporate koribo paru, kiman crore government allocate korise, administrative kiki measures loise, tourism karne amar kiman helpful hobo, isn't it? Economy karne amar kiman helpful hobo. Okay, the significance that it has, historical significance that it has, isn't it? Ebur bostu ami janibo lagibo, the background of it ami janibo lagibo. That's the reason why we are going to on this Ambubachi. So Ambubachi Mela bole jodi ko, why are we talking about this? Why is it in news? Because recently hoy goise. Hoy nai. It's just few days back that this Ambubachi took place. So yate ki koise swa, why is it in news? The government has allocated kiman 4.55 crores, 55 crores for the smooth conduct of the Ambubachi Mela held from June 22 to 26 at the Kamakhya temple. Now, yat amar karone ki important hoy jay swa? Kamakhya. Ambubachi Mela tate hoy nai. So another element that is very important for us is for us to know about the background of this Kamakhya temple. Okay. Then, Tourism Minister Ranjit Kumar Das said the government is ready to ensure seamless experience for both devotees and tourists. We know that there Amar Junbur Ambubachi Mela hoy, we get a lot of tourists and devotees, right? Law and order situation ho jay. So he karne a seamless, mane ekdam smooth running o karne we need the support of all various departments. Health department or amak lagibo, hoy nai. We'll need from the administration or lagibo, law and order or lagibo, and then you have even NGOs. Hoy nai. And not just NGOs, we'll also need community support also. Even the local people need to help for smooth running of such festivals. Okay, so ami hebur bostu ami bhalke lahe ami pohi jam. So you see that imman besi gathering hoy nai. There's a large number of people. People come in lakhs. Okay, from all over the country. They come in lakhs. Yeah. So the first thing we see, Kamakhya temple or bikhoy ami olop thulmulke ami jani long. Ki Kamakhya temple or kotha ki hoy swa, it is one of the biggest Shakti shrines in the country. Where situated ase, it is situated in the Nilachal Hills. However, this is important from the prelims point of view, but then again, amar jodi main so to ahi jay, we can use it as in introduction. Okay, this temple is important pilgrimage center for tantric worshippers and Hindus. This is one of the hub of tantricism. Reconstructed in 1565 by whom? Naranayan. So agote asile, now see we have a lot of epics, a lot of mythology related to this temple. Okay, malke sage Narakasura kotha hunisa. When it comes to Kamakhya. And then you also must have heard about Shiv and Sati. Isn't it? Oh, however, majorly present day Kamakhya temple to jodi ami sa reconstructed when? It was in 1565 by whom? Naranayan. And who was Naranayan? He's one of the greatest who's king. Isn't it? You have Naranayan, you have Sila Rai. They're like one of the greatest king of Amar Bharat Borkhor. Okay. Yeah, just not just one kingdom, Kus kingdom, but ami Bharat Borkhor jodi ami compare koru nohoy Kus kingdom or one of the greatest king asile Naranayan. Our Naranayan pisote kingdom khono downfall hui gol. Okay. But then again, Naranayan is not just important for the Kus people or anyone. It's very, very important for us Assamese also. Okay. Amar Ahomor, karon amar Ahomor juntu heritage hoy, religion hoy, especially ki Neo-Vaishnavism. It could, the reason why it could survive, one of the reason is Naranayan. Narayana ashroy disle nai Shonkordev. So we'll read about it some other day. Neo-Vaishnavism is another large chapter, okay, that we'll have to cover someday, and which we will. Okay, so who was the reigning king of what? Whose dynasty? The temple is dedicated to different forms of Mother Shakti, namely Sundari, Tripura, Tara, Bhuvaneshwari, Bagalamukhi, and Dinamasta. So, these are what we see that dedicated to different forms of Mother Shakti. Okay, comprising 3 major chambers. That the 3 major chambers, every chamber is shape guru alop beleg beleg hoy. Okay, several other aru khali ebur nohoy, aru dhei puja hoy. Tat ki puja hoy swa? Organized in this temple including Durga Puja, Durga Deol and Padan Deol. Okay, aru ki hoy swa? Some of the other pujas performed in this temple include Manasa Puja, Pohan Biya, aru Vasanti Puja. So you see there is very, very how significant Kamakhya temple is. Okay, it is not just linked to our historical part, but also to our present, because ami etiao hebur rituals we follow koru. Especially when it comes to tantricism, holds a very significant position. Okay. All right, so let's move on to the next. Now we come to the topic ki Ambubachi Mela. Ambubachi Mela kyo hoy, ki hoy. Okay, so you see Ambubachi Mela. The first thing that we need to know about Ambubachi Mela, that it is considered the largest religious gathering in Northeast India, with pilgrims arriving across the country. Not just pilgrims, even tourists, foreign tourists. Okay, tourists ahe, foreign tourists ahe. So amar এইটো এটা বহুত ডাঙৰ এটা ফেষ্টিভেল হয়. So pilgrim footfall বুলি যদি আমি কওঁ, that means the number of people we came. Okay. So last year we had around how much? For around 7 lakhs visitors. Okay. So you see that amar kiman besi visitors ase. So governance point of view pa kiman besi important hoi jai handle that amount of crowd, that number of crowd. Okay, so you will definitely need support from across departments, various departments. Then it is the most important festival of the Kamakhya temple and is celebrated in the month of June every month. Ambubachi Mela enakwa besi bhir malake I believe most of you might have gone. You'd see that thio hobole digdar hoi jay. Or he karne, there is such a large possibility. Mane bahut down. There is a possibility that people might stampede hobo pare ba kajia pesar ho jabo pare. He karne we have to be very very careful. Okay, so it is the most important festival. Ketia hoy June. Now this month is almost coming to an end now. So a month or ketia hoy 22-26 oloke jay. So a month to ami gote Assamese hokale ki koru? Ami takibonti ami nojolau hoy nai. Ami the word sua hisabe ami pur ketitia namghor mondir hebur ami bondho rakhu. Hoy nai, as a way to pay homage and respect. Okay? Then it is more of a ritual of austerities, a festival celebrated with Shakti rites. The belief is that Kamakhya embodies the mother cult, the Shakti. Okay? Then, during the period of Ambubachi, from the 7th to the 10th day of Itu Hindu month, Amar all of different. 7th of the 10th day of the Hindu month of Asada, the doors of the shrines are closed as it is believed that the goddess Kamakhya goes through annual cycle of menstruation. Because see, there is a belief that when Sati, she self-immolated herself, her lady parts fell into this Kamakhya temple. Ei karone etu mana jai that it is during these days, these few days, she goes through that annual cycle of menstruation. Okay? So on the 12th day, the doors are opened ceremonially and a big fair held at the temple. So on the 12th day, okay, the doors are open ceremonially and a big fair is held because some temples and bondho rakhe and sob tumar puja ji soli ase hebur olop dinor karone okay rokhai thoi diye. And it is said that they give out this cloth from the temple, which is like a blessing the mother. Okay, mother. All right, so I hope you understand the concept of Ambubachi thus has its origin in formative influences and elements of culture. See, is not just related to religious or anything like that. It's also related to cultural, social and religious idea that have contributed to the emergence of the phenomenon. It is thus symbolic, supported by religious sanction. Okay, so the significance of it is not just religious, it's also social, it's also agricultural. Because you see, Kamakhya temple, a menstruation cycle and all this, what does it symbolizes? Fertility, right? Okay, so arrangement made for the rush. Now, this is very, very important from governance point of view. So, arrangement made for the rush, estimated that several lakhs devotees visit the temple during this period. With last year footfall, Manuhe visit korisile, estimated 7 lakh. Imagine a gorom dinner 7 lakh, and they just don't come for a day or two. Ready. You'll see a lot of people outside the temple, a lot of pilgrims outside the temple. So the government, the administration has to be ready long before the festival happens, isn't it? And not just the government, but all the other, in fact, NGOs, community, manubulak thake, tekeloko help koribo lagibo. Then, including international tourists. So this will definitely take, Ambubachi hok, ba amar ajikali jiman amar government chesta kori ase hoy nai, bring Assam in the international platform. So So Ambubachi Mela also plays a very significant role when it comes to tourism and trying to bring Assam's map in the international arena. Okay. The Guwahati Traffic Police has ordered several movement restrictions during this period for safe access to the temple. So these are some of the steps. Examples koisu. Any to step bahut thake. Bahut besi step thake. Kobo ki ei juta ima hibo noare ya pray mane ei rasta idmanor pray khuli jabo lagibo. Horu hora bostu. Okay. And sanitation or kotha ahe. Because sustainability kotha jetia ahe nohoy, we have to be very, very careful about sanitation. Have to be very, very careful about wastages. When I yate kunwa festival patile, and then you see once the festival is over, it's all dirty with garbage. And eketo no hobo, isn't it? My environmental degradation is something, is a very important thing that we need to look after. Why not? And we can't let that happen just because we celebrated a festival. So ebor bostu we have to always keep in mind. So jeta means or answer likhiba na hoy. So you always have to see from the perspective ki environmental logot ki ami relate koribo paru. How do we kind of write something that as a way forward likhibo para, that we know what environmental enoka enoka koribo lage. Environmental karone enoka enoka koribo. The festival to patise, we always have to take care of the sanitation, not just for the health of the people, but also for the health of the ecology. Okay, because imman 7 lakhs people jodi 2-3 hafta thake gathered in one place, so you can imagine how much of a deal it is when it comes to cleanliness and sanitation and wastage disposal. Special arrangements are being planned for differently able devotees and those unable to climb the hill. So there are so many devotees who would come. They could be specially abled. I mean, to say they are like differently abled, or they could be sickly, and we have to make sure that even they get a chance to pray like the way they hoped for. So we have to make sure that even they are served and they are catered to. Okay, so that these are the things that the government is taking care of. The government is taking care of a lot of things, isn't it? So you see, traffic or issue ahi jabo pare amar, hitu law and order issue, hitu amar sabo lagibo, administration point of view sabo lagibo ki sob bostu bhalke choli ase na nai, water, pani sobe paise na nai, carpeting, sob bostu ase, where people stay, how is somebody going to get smoothly bostu bu keneke run hobo. So it has to be coordinated very, very smoothly. That's when this festivals like this will be successful. Okay, community participation amar darkar hobo when it comes to food, distribution of water, and they do. You see a lot of people coming and donating. Okay, you see a lot of NGOs coming and helping out the industry, isn't it? So these are some of the arrangements. This is not a very long video. This is quite a short video because I just wanted to give you the frame and the idea of how you can, as an example, festival eta bikhoy jodi ahe tumalake keneke likhibole para. Okay, what are the dimensions that you can touch? All right, I mean tourism point of view ami salu. Why not? Economy tumalake swa ki jetia enoka festival hoy tourism ahe bahut ahe. Why not? Economy to amar bloom hoy because there will be a lot of people who are economy karone that's going to support. Sorry, I mean to say that these festivals like this will economically support a lot of people, the localites. Why not? People will come, thakibole jaga lagibo. Okay, they'll book hotels. Why not? They'll book lodges. Ahibo food, isn't it? Hebor ahibo, and whatever hamogri junbur lage puja karone, hebor hamogri karneo bahutkhini economically usor pajor manu bilakok bahut help kore. Okay, so you see, tourism point of view pa important hoy, amar economy point of view pa important hoy, karon local manu bilakor karone it's a form of livelihood. Okay, then ki hobo swa our environment point of view pato ami salue that we have to be very, very careful that jodi enoka problems hoy, sorry, not problems, enoka festivals hoy ba enoka occasions kiba jodi celebrate kora hoy, then hole we have to make sure aftermath these festivals we have to show that cleanliness আমি সদায় যাতে মেইনটেইন কৰিব পাৰো কি sanitation and পানী যাতে আমি প্রোভাইড কৰিব পাৰো হয় নাই then socio religious point of view পাটো আমাৰ কাৰণে important হয় because it has historical context isn't it এতিয়া তোমালকে সোৱা like I said যদি নৰকাসুৰ related হয় isn't it নৰকাসুৰৰ কাহিনীটো কি তোমালকে জানানে নৰকাসুৰ কোন আছিল তো নৰকাসুৰ কোন আছিল very briefly you see Narakasur he was one of the amar joto mythological era hoy no amar okhomor so ei mythological era te ami Narakasur dhor okay so etu pa jay ki Narakasure Narakasur bodh kori pine yat nijor kingdom khon banaisil okay however he was not born and brought up here he was brought up in Viriha okay Janok Raja bole ejon raja asile june ekhetok tulitali dangor koril now Naraka was the son of whom the boar avatar of Lord Vishnu boar avatar it's a very interesting story okay I'm not being able to write but anyways never mind so ami jodi sao he is the boar avatar kintu mane alop gahori nisa dekhat hoy je so he is the son of boar avatar of Lord Vishnu and whom and Mother Earth that is Bhoma ei karone Narakasur dynasty ami kita Naraka ki Bhoma dynasty buliu kom okay because his mother was Mother Earth okay Bhoma so that is a story and he wanted to marry whom he wanted to marry Kamakhya but she had a condition that he has to build a temple in one night ratite banai pine complete koribo lagi okay but however he couldn't do it because that's a story behind hoy na pura eta Kamakhya prayed that you know because Kamakhya didn't really want to marry and Naraka bahut beshi ahankari asile atyachari asile okay we'll learn about this topic some other time but then again ahi pini pine endoko kori dile ki murgi eta hunkale dag diyai dia karone ki hoy gol tetia to ghori nai isn't it no smart watches or no any other clocks so murgi to you know kukura to dag dia karone etu mana gol ki it's already morning he couldn't complete it okay anyways all right so that is a, and then aru Kamakhya related ki ase Lord Shiva and Sati isn't it okay pisoloke ami aru olop pisole jodi ami sao historical point of view pa aru jodi ami sao the time during whom Narayan june he with construction to ami sabo was him okay who's king so we learned about the background a little bit Ambubachi Mela heneke pata jay o keneke arrangement kora jay etu bikhoye olop halu aru ami ki koribo paru ami hetu bostu we'll have to keep that in mind for example for smooth running we'll have to be very cooperative with the administration ami cooperate koribo lagibo hai bostu jodi koru ami etu nemanu ami etu rasta di ami jawe jame etu ami hetu no hobo we also will have to as citizens also our duty that we cooperate with the administration during these times okay ebur hobo lagibo community participation which is very important very essential why not for the smooth running of all festivals like this okay. So finally we come to the end of this video and before I leave I would like to tell you that again we have also a new foundation batch that's coming up in case if you're interested in civil services especially when it comes to Assam please get in touch with us we'll be more than happy okay all right then so please give us a call on any of these numbers and we'll see that you learn or go through this process all right ঠিক আছে তেনা good day